Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new Ask Victor, and this time I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do it live. So let's see how it works. First, I will go through the questions that the people dropped from the previous week, and and then if there is any people connecting and they want to put any question, I will go through this. So let me see if this is working. I'm just trying to see if this will work. Just setting down. Okay, seems that this is doing well. And yeah, I'm just looking here. Okay, so yeah, if you are watching this live, feel free to drop any question you would like on the chat. If not, I will just go through the questions that I have from the previous month. And as well, if you're watching this not live, you're watching this after being recorded, you can also leave the questions in the comments below, and I will cover them next month. So I will try to do it live every month, and I will try to cover your questions that you have dropped the month before. Remember, this is done every middle of the month between the day 14, 15, 16, around these days. Every month I do it once a month, and up to now was a recorded video, so I was answering the questions from the previous month. And now I will do the same. If you drop a question after the live have finished, feel free. I will cover the question later on in the next month. And if you have something that you would like me to answer now, you can always leave the question in the chat. Okay, let's go first with the questions from the previous month. Let's see what we have here. I'll go back to the video, and I'm going to look the questions that I received. So the first question is from Vince Venturella. Again, is a great channel, and you should follow him. It's also a great hobbyist, and especially if you like Age of Sigmar, I think it's quite an interesting channel to follow. So let's go with the questions from Vince Venturella. Say, Victor, 2 questions for you. First one, what is your favorite of the Underworld Shadespire Nightbolt crews that have been released to paint or play or both? I don't know. It depends a lot on the moves. I think to play, I like a lot the dwarves, and I like a lot the orcs. I want to check as well the troll. The troll looks very interesting. I think I like more the ones that go more in close combat, and I think I like more the ones that have not super low miniature count, the ones that are in the middle between 4 and 5 guys. So I enjoy playing the Chosen Axe. I enjoy playing orcs, and I also enjoyed quite a lot the Blood Rivers. Okay. So these are maybe the ones that I enjoy the most. I don't think I have a favorite one. I think all of them have their own thing, and the thing I try to do is to theme each type of warband with the deck. Sorry, so I try to do a deck that is different for each warband. In that way, it's more interesting and more thematic. In terms of painting, I'm painting now the Troll, and it's quite an interesting warband. I will put the Troll as, and the reason is because the miniatures are so different between them that, it looks an interesting warband to paint. So you have from the Squeak, that is always fun to paint the Squeak, to the Troll, that is a big miniature, and then you have a Mushroom. I never paint a mushroom. I paint a living mushroom, and then you have a stalactite. Oh, it's called this. So that is also quite a curious thing to paint. So let's put the Troll. All of them I think are very interesting as well. The new new Chaos warband is also very interesting to paint. I'm looking forward for the Sylvaneth as well. The thing I enjoy the most from Warhammer Underworlds is that each warband is so different and thematic that you enjoy. You only have to paint 4 or 5 miniatures, and it's a way to break. It's a very different way, or a very different experience than collecting an army, because you're really jumping from one type of miniature to another type of miniature, and this makes the painting much more interesting. So this is why I'm enjoying so much Warhammer Underworlds. Second question. So we got a man of Iron. Sorry, we got a Man of Iron in Kill Team through Blackstone Fortress. What is another corner of the lore you will love to see pop up as one of miniature in a product like Kill Team or box game? This is a quite. I think one of the things I like a lot is what they are doing in the next supplement for Blackstone Fortress. It is just launching this monster. Okay. I'm not sure what I would like to see there. It's difficult for me. I like more like this, but I was not too much into the Rock Trader era, and the squad have already appeared in Necromunda, so this was another thing that I was liking, and the Beastmen is another thing that I was bringing some nostalgia, because when I started in Warhammer 40k, there were the squads and there were the Beastmen, so maybe. I don't know, a little bit more of the Beastman, a Beastman kill team, maybe. This can be interesting. We have this in the chaos, so I think the warband from the Blackstone Fortress is quite interesting as well. And we have also the Beastman in Necromunda. Yeah, I know there is in Necromunda, and I think I will go more to Necromunda. In Necromunda, there was the noble houses. They were like predators. They were wearing very high-tech suits. I would like to see them again in Necromunda. I know that we have this new type of heavy suits for Necromunda, but they were more like some were flying and some were camouflage, and like Predator. So this type of invisible camouflage. So I would like to see the noble houses from the top of the Necromunda, the ones that are they were to be the what's called this, the sons and the daughters of the big novelty houses that just went down to hunt some of the poor people in the Necromunda under Hive. So this will be interesting to bring back this type of thing to Necromunda, and why not to create a kill team as well. Will be interesting also crossover of the rules of Necromunda into kill team, and then have one rules for everything. Yeah, let's go to the next one. So here we have, I hope I pronounced this correctly, we Ebenholz. I hope this is pronounced correctly. Sorry if I misspell. Let me know if I do it well or not. Yeah, the question is, hey, Victor, I have two questions. Again, two questions. Good. First, can you talk about how you meet your wife? I think this is too. If you think this is too private, then of course you don't share. I don't have any problem. And second, are you planning on doing any more videos like you did about the castle of Peniscola? I found that very interesting. So the first question, yeah, I meet my wife by internet in a chatting room, right? I start talking with her. I think at the moment what I was using, I don't remember exactly which was more Messenger. What I was using, yeah, I think not existing anymore. I think I was using Messenger. I was talking with her, and then I was living in Barcelona and she was living in Mexico. So I was chatting a lot with her. I was knowing her, and we were spending time just online chatting. So one day, I decided to go for holidays to Mexico. So I decided to meet her in Mexico, and then after a couple of days, we were just dating. I will say we fall in love to each other, and I proposed her, to come to Spain to live and to get married. Because to be fair, the easy way to have the paperwork done is also getting married. So she came to Spain after I went there in November. She came in Spain in April. just for a couple of weeks so she can see how Spain was looking like. She never traveled out of Mexico, so it was quite an interesting experience for her. It was fun because we went to see the snow. She never saw the snow before she came to Spain. It's never snowing in Mexico City. So imagine you see the snow for first time when you are 20-something years old. It's quite a curious thing for European people normally. And yeah, and then she went back to Mexico. I did all the paperwork in Spain, and we get married we get civil married, it's called in Spain, married by legally in Spain. So in order to do that, while she was in Mexico, she gave notary powers to one of my friends, and she represent her in the wedding. So we get married in front of a judge. We get the papers, and then I went to Mexico, and there we did the ceremony. This was August. So in less than 1 year, I went to Mexico. We fall in love. She came to Spain. Then I went back to Mexico with my family, and I got married twice. One in Spain without her being present, and a second time in Mexico by the church, by the Catholic Church. His family was quite Catholic, and yeah, and we get married by the Catholic Church. Then she came back to Spain with me, with all the paperwork done, all the papers, and yeah, we did a second celebration in Spain, quite a small one with my friends. So this was all. Hope that was interesting. The second question about if I will do more videos about the castle in Peñíscola. I will. I think I forgot about that, and I think what's interesting thing, I will twist a little bit, and maybe I will start doing a series of what is inspiring me or what I look for when I'm for my next paint job. And what is the point here is I want to do, for example, sometimes I'm just looking at heavy equipment that is used for works, like diggers, like caterpillars and something like that. So just to see how the paint is cheap and see how I can reproduce it later on a miniature. So maybe things like that. Yeah, if I have to do about castles and history, is more complicated because I'm not traveling that much. Maybe this summer I will go again to Spain. I can visit a couple of castles. I will see if I can do something more like that. Also, what I look in almost every day, or what are the things that are inspiring me to paint. So maybe this can be interesting. This can be something that is not too much seen in the hobby. We all get ideas from things around us. Sorry, and yeah, and maybe I can do a series about that. So some things that are inspiring me, some things that are triggering me to do videos. So it's a good idea, and maybe you will make me to start a new type of series about getting inspired. So let's go to the next one. So this is the Black Hawk Tabletop Gaming. This is the question. Hi, Victor. Love the videos, mate. Question. As I know you love Blood Bowl, what team is your favorite team to paint? And what team do you love play the most? So my favorite team is Orcs. Okay, and the reason is Orcs is because I started with Orcs, and I love the brutality and of the Orcs. So I like, and I think it's quite a strong team at the same time. So it's a team that is quite durable, and they don't care about the ball. Most of the time, they want to really hit the opponent. I'm also, I played humans, but I do not enjoy humans as much as I enjoy Orcs. Okay. The team that is appealing me a lot, no, it's also the Goblins. But I need to think how I will do that in future. And the Amazons. I think if I have to paint another team, it will be a team of Amazons. I was looking in the internet, quite interesting teams of Amazons. And please, if you look at this video and you know any Amazon team that is nice, even though it's not against workshop team, please leave it in the comments below the link. I'm looking for a nice Amazon team. I would love to do that. I know that Amazon maybe as a team is not good, but it's a team that I think I will enjoy a lot painting, and this is what I want to do. So let me know The next one, but yeah, coming back to the Blood Bowl, the next team should be, so I have humans that are average team. I have also this more on the crunchy part. I would like to have a team that is more on the dodge. So I will thinking, and Amazons I think can do that, and going more to the extreme, wood elf or black elves can be another option. So let's go to the next one. This one is from Edic Beer, another channel that you have to be subscribed if you are not subscribed. I doubt if you follow me, most likely you also subscribe to Edic Beer. Sending me nice answers. How about Games Workshop best voted mini, the Noise Marine for the giveaway? I bet you will do love job of painting. If you, sorry. How about Games Workshop best voted mini for 2018, the Noise Marine? I bet you do a lovely job on painting it. If you had bigger phone to put into your channel, what improvements you make, if any? Okay, the first part. Is the miniature I voted. I voted this because for me, the Noise Marines, when I start in collecting Chaos Space Marines, was one of my favorite Chaos Marines. So I always love the Slaanesh Noise Marines. I love more the Marines than the Demons, to be fair. I love the Demon. It's not too much fan of the Great Demon, the Keeper of Secrets, or the Fiends, although now they are improving quite a lot. But really, the guys with the guitar and all this type of 80-looking Space Marines, I love it. So this is why I vote for it. Maybe it was not the best miniature if I have to vote, really, but it was a fun miniature. I think it was a nice, was bringing a lot of memories. And I think this is why it's the winner, because it brings a lot of memories to all to veteran players. Just give me a minute. I'm going to check if I have questions here. Yeah, Alexander is telling me what a lovely story for Valentine's Day. Yeah. So if you have any question, you can drop it there. I will look the chat once I finish with the questions. I prefer to focus on the questions, and if you have any question or any other thing that you would like to share in the chat, I will go for it later on. So let's go back to the question from Eric Beer. Then the next one is, if you had bigger phone to put into the channel, what improvements would you like to do, if any? The thing I would love to do, okay, and I need to check how I can do that, is to have a good webcam that I can put while I'm painting. Ideally, should be hanging from here, so it's looking the same. The cam is looking the same that I'm looking for, so it has the same subjective view as me. Okay, I would love to have that with another cam focusing what is my palette, and my face you don't need to see. So I would love to have that as and the software to do that. But to do that, you need quite a nice cam, and maybe this is one of the things I need to explore. To be fair, a little bit lazy, but this is the thing I would like the best lighting possible, and to do that. This is one of the things I would really love, to be able to have a cam that have the same angle of view than my eyes. Because today I'm putting the camera from the top, okay, so it's not always focusing or showing what I'm seeing, and sometimes, yeah, I get out of frame because of that. This will be maybe the thing that I have to look for. So how I can do that? Next, to have a good micro and a good hanger for the micro. I have a micro that I'm using now to try to improve, especially when I'm doing, but I don't have support for that, so I need to look for support for the micro and have also a good micro for that. And the last thing, I would like to have a good light cabinet to make pictures, especially for the showcase. This will make to show, because sometimes I see that the lighting of my pictures are not the best ones and are not showing really how it looks like. Okay, just a side point is, each time you make a picture of your miniature, it will look worse than what looks in reality. This is a fact. It's always happening, and when you see masterpieces in pictures, they look perfect, is because they're really perfect. Okay, unless they are using Photoshop, but I believe most of them they don't do. But each time you make pictures of your miniatures, you will find mistakes. Each time I do pictures of my miniatures, I find mistakes that I cannot find in real life. Okay, or and not in real life. I mean, when I look at the miniature, so say, oh, I can miss that, and it's much more evident when you look at by a camera than directly with your eye. So sorry that I deviate from topic. So 3 things I will invest, better way, and I would like to do them live. So if I can do that, then I can do live streaming while I'm painting and chatting, and will be much more interactive. This is one thing. So a good camera that I can put. If you know an equipment that I can put on my forehead, and maybe a small camera that have a good, I don't know if this even exists, but this can be a fun thing to test. Maybe it can cause some sickness if I'm moving too much, but I would like to test how this works. And then, yeah, a nice, I think I need to improve in my microphone. Next point, and by the way, my camera is dying, so most likely we'll need to buy a new camera because my camera, the battery of my camera is dying, so I have always to use my camera plug. So the battery is not supporting more than 10 minutes of record now. Let's go to the next point. So this is from Robotech Junkie. It seems you have been collecting and playing tabletop games for some time. Can you showcase the design of maybe 3 different miniatures in your collection that evolve over the years? Oh, I think I will need to go downstairs to look at that. Yeah, I forgot about this question, but if I have to look something, if you look I will go, just give me a minute, I come in a minute and I show you the miniature. Okay, I'm here back. Sorry that I have to go out of camera. Sorry for this stop. This is the live. So let's, I bring 2 armies, one from Fantasy and one from 40K. So I guess, let me see if I can. So I guess you can see this. Okay. This is the Space Marine. Okay. From the, let's see. This is the Space Marine, the Space Marine from 2nd edition. Okay. Space Marine from the Dark Vengeance. And here we have the Intercessor. the last Space Marine. Okay, this should have been from the beginning the size. So you see the first one. I like this a lot because you can see how the 3 Space Marines have grown over the time. So it's Daddy Space Marine and the baby Space Marine. But this one, even you look from the Dark Vengeance to the second edition to the Dark Vengeance, there is a difference in size. Another thing that is interesting is to see the Skavens. And also here I can show you how my painting have evolved at the same time. So here we have 2 monks, 2 Skaven monks. This is a metal one. In that period of time, there was not other option than metal to do the plague monks. And this is the how it's called, the plastic one. It's quite an old miniature as well, but you can see also the paint job how have evolved. Okay, this was more a comic looking like, but you also can see quite a static 2-direction molding. This was an addition from myself. This is a plastic blade that I put in there. So, but you see, it's just a 2-direction molding, while this that is more complex because it's a multi-part component. Okay. And then let's go. Let's see if I can show you better. Move the screen down. So here we have evolution of the Skaven. This was the first plastic in this period of time. Okay, let's see if I can show better. Okay, it's difficult because there is a delay and I cannot see if I'm showing this correctly. Let me see. Yeah, just going to the Hangout. Okay. Here we have. This was the Skaven, the plastic Skaven. Let me move down a little with the camera. Plastic Skaven. Okay, this was from the 90s. And this was all this plastic Skaven you can have at the period of time. So all wear the same Skaven. The only variation you can do is to change different clothes, and the shield, I think, was you had some possibilities. It was the origin of the Skavens. So in that period of time, I was collecting a lot of metal Skavens, and this was how the metal was looking. You can see this was quite bigger than the metal one. Then they did the first multi-component Skaven. Okay, this was quite old, and these are the last Skaven that were from the, I don't remember, it's called the Blood Island. I don't remember exactly the name, so let me go back. So you have also the evolution of the Skaven. I can do more videos about that if you're interested, so I will put here the Skavens, the Marines, Baby Marine, Marine, Daddy Marine. Okay, you can see this, and the plague monks. Okay, so you see here. So yeah, this is what I can do and grab in a very fast moment. Okay, so this was the last question. I hope this was interesting for you. Also, it's interesting. I try to keep my original paint jobs so I can see how my painting have evolved. In the case of the Space Marines, there was not too much difference between them because I was having these Marines for a long time. This one's from the second edition, and I just painted quite light. So, and that's all the questions from the previous month. So let's see if I have questions here. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, and then I guess you're talking horrible kid and horrible kid 7. Yeah, the Skavens they had. I think for me these Skavens for me were the worst ones. And let me do one thing because I'm getting crazy because of the delay. No, it's going to be easier. This was it's easier. So this was for me the kid that was creating some pain, because although they are quite nice, okay, and the tail is quite. The problem is it's so easy. If you hit them, it's very easy to break the parts. because this is one. There is the legs, the body, the head, the two arms, the shield, the tail. So it's quite and thanks to that was very. I have all the escapements different from this period of time. I think I have a lot of escapements, and all of them are different. Okay? Of course, this kit was horrible. I have them not because I bought the kit, it's because I have them because they were coming in the Warhammer Quest. Okay, the Warhammer Quest, one of the one from the 90s, were made all of plastic miniatures, but all were monopose like these ones. And they had the old goblins and some very old spiders that I never seen in another kit. So this is all. Okay. So that's all for this. Unless you have any other question that you would like to share, I don't have anything else to say here. I really enjoyed answering the questions. I think the live is quite an interesting thing. I think it's it's quite fun to do the live. I'm just reading now what Kalas 80 is saying. Yeah, the older ones. Yeah, I know. At least in the older times, you had the metal. The metal was not that bad, right? So if I show the metal one, so the metal was not that bad. This is all metal. This is from the 90s. So the metal ones were not that bad. Okay, they were quite highly detailed, and this one just dropped from my hand, so this is why the paint is cheap. But the problem from the metal meters is that you are always looking where the paint have chip and you have to retouch them, and this is a pain in the neck this time. But they were quite nicely detailed, as you can see. So they were quite nicely detailed, and if you compare to these ones, they were not that bad. No, they have much more armor, and this was done as a very fast paint job, to be fair. You have to paint so many scavengers that there is a moment that you just go fast, and you don't care if in some the wash is pulling a little bit or not. And yeah, that's all for this Ask Victor. As I said, if you watch this video later, please leave the questions in the comments below, and I will answer them the next month. As I said, in my channel, I want to do more live videos. I will try to improve on that. I hope the voice and everything is working well. If there is anything that I should improve, also leave it in the comments below. I'm looking forward to try to do better. But as I said, I want to do more live. So I do the what's called is the share your minis live, and now I also want to do this video live. I think the Ask Victor makes more sense. Video of Q&A to do it live. I'm thinking to do more maybe live in the future. My objective will be I will do 2 a month. My ultimate objective will be to do 1 per week, 1 live video per week. This will be quite interesting. So let me know in the comments also what do you think about this new format. What do you think about my answers? And please, if you have any question for the next month, leave it in the comments below. As usual, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot, Alexander and Kalas, for commenting and watching in live. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you again later. Bye.